So I think I just found out that's again possibly based on the global unique identifier of the file, the GUID. So I have here the same files as wave, as M4A, as MP3, and all of them make mix crash. It's even the portable makes a bit less problems. So if I take the M4A version, crashes too. And if I take the renamed MP3 version, debugging protection, they slow it down because they don't want me to snapshot that. Could not be loaded. And there is possibly even a state machine that tries to prevent debugging. So if I take this one, it crashes too. So these files are downloaded from from Mixcloud. During this debugging session, they try to drive me to commit suicide. So I don't think that it would be some sort of copy protection function, since it would not be allowed to drive people to run suicide just for copyright purpose. So somehow these files must have a toe tag. Kush Sofra is a DJ from the CCC, Chaos Communications Club, and he often has some additional information, hints about programming, hacking in his tracks. So they don't like that people talk about this sort of things. So maybe even a processor CPU escape sequence or something like that. So let's try to find out what causes this. So it's some sort, maybe some sort of a toe tag that makes the application crash. This could even be some undocumented opcode in the CPU or something like that. So let's try to convert that. Input data. I don't know the command, so let's find out. Input. Let's just take this one. No, I wonder if this thing is persistent. Yeah, it's Windows. My Linux now runs more or less. Okay, so I needed a new challenge. So let's snip here and get the coffee. This will take a while. So and let's continue. Now I guess the problem is even if you bought the expensive original Microsoft Windows 10 installation stick from the company brack.ch, there is govware backdoors in the original Windows, and FinFish is maybe govware too, but this just obfuscates that at least since Patriot Act there is such bullshit anyway in Microsoft Windows. I have, as I said, I have a more or less secure Linux computer, even if I had to buy an no-name M.2 SSD from China, because all those stuff you get in Switzerland has some sort of irate monk or equation group, or even something like IFI, those SD cards with Wi-Fi function, even something like that. And if I try to get time slots on the electron microscope of our local university, I wrote some mails and then they put me in mental institution and gave me tons of intelligence reducing antipsychotics. So it's not really a fair game. You need to consider also human intelligence, which means if they cannot beat you on the computer technology side, they just beat you with dirty tricks in your social network, or a social network. Maybe we should call it a social network. So now we converted this. Let's try again. Could not be loaded. Or it's maybe a size limitation. So they shoot at you with multiple problems at the same time. So it would work so far. Open with another app. More apps. Let's take Audacity to find out. I have 4 screens running, so it's on another screen. Just 1 second. Okay, it doesn't like me, so let's split this. So in this case we have multiple problems, size limitation and some escape sequences. normally young computer scientists or IT people can solve problems with if there is one problem. It always gets more complicated if there are more problems at the same time. So you need to find out first that there are more than one, that is more than one problem, and second, you need to fix all of them to get it running. Oh no. Okay, so let's save that. Okay, save to let's export that to wave and call it a there would be optimization potential to it's the same mouse listener for both instances. God give me patience, but immediate. Oops, where is this file? Oops, that should not be here. And they also like to sabotage my clipboard. They somehow like to sabotage everything, which is not that friendly. And I know this Windows is maybe already dead, but at least we could find out a little bit more about the death of Windows. No, it's now interactive. Normally when I record things or make live streams, they love to annoy me more. It's some sort of malware. Infected you with that. It changes everything, every parameter of every software. So c'est la merde, comme le French would say. No, exchanging things, swap parameters, swap audio interfaces, swap things. I think they find it funny. I even think it's some sort of easy to use interface for idiots, like shooting with their military gun on the screen. It's called Schießkino, shooting cinema in Swiss German. The military has Schießkino, so this possibly just obfuscates this sort of thing. So stupid idiots that are not really gifted on computer science, so they have the male of Cain, Keinsmal, which is, in my opinion, if I interpret the Bible correctly, a gun that protects them. And it would be instrument of power, and therefore it would be normal for them to abuse this instrument of power. Instruments of power are abused permanently. So let's try again. So is it a size problem? Output. It is not a size problem, possibly. So let's open it with another application. Or we need to split it again. Maybe they just play around with the parameter of the size limit in the mix. But I should have a look at the code. So let's try that. I like to use mix, and I did not notice that there is a size limit. So let's half the file again. There is a song for pianos, All at Once or All Over Me. I tend to get always this song. No, it's interactive. It's some sort of a malware state machine. If we fix one problem, it switches to the next problem. So it's not that funny. Now let's try this one. And there is next problem. Possibly the size of the analysis file is too big, so it would then have a problem if it would like to save it here. That's a WAV file, I guess. That's a WAV file. So then it would crash here if the analysis file would be written. Okay. In Übereinstimmung mit der Prophezeiung, auch gut. Eigenschaften. Size of 1 hour 18, which would be a normal CD. You sometimes have mixes that are that long. So let's split it again. So it's not a time issue, it's possibly a file size limit issue. It's bigger than 1 gigabyte. So let's take this one. That's now 300 megs. Or it's the second problem. Maybe they tweak file permissions. I crashed again, so that's now the second problem of this nasty state machine. So let's begin from the beginning. Open without a city, and let's take just, and meanwhile we could file size limit, file length, track length limit, and permission issues. And the first thing was that we speculated it's some sort of global unique identifier which identifies the file even if it's edited or something like that. Could not be loaded. Oh, what the fuck? So the problem that occurs is random. It's some sort of obfuscation pattern, I think. Not be loaded. And it's interactive. Satan watches me, I'm quite sure about that. Crashes again. So let's take just this one. So it would be definitely not too big. Now we should not have any size problem. And some sort these malware state machines where you try to find the bug, and then if you would have the bug, it switches to the next bug. Have some sort of exit strategy. If you could prove that's a state machine, then the malware deactivates. The malware would still be here, but you could not prove that. Let's try something else. Let's try to convert it with another codec. I think it's a global unique identifier thingy. Convert hinzufügen. Convert, add, oops, add. cell, so not normal. Ah, they hate me. I know that already. So this one would be the original, so let's convert and let's convert it into audio MP3 and call that so let's convert that with another thing that's lame MP3 I guess VLC uses. So my speculation still they identify the cool tracks by Kushsofa that has additional hints for programming, sociology, psychology, hacking, and they don't like that the people listen these nice tracks. So they somehow identified these tracks, and even if you convert it, it would be still the same track. And this global unique identifier thing is possibly something Windows, and it goes through GTK3 library, it goes through Qt5 library. And similar problems you have with GIMP, Inkscape, KDNE Live. So the terrorist organization is, in my opinion, Microsoft himself. The problem is they need to blame the user. So they tell you used open source and free software. We don't tell you that we from Microsoft sabotaged it, but that's the problem. Focus on open source. The open source software are the terrorists. That's this one. Linux reader extremist. Linux are you a Linux extremist? So every people they don't like, they call extremists or terrorists. This will take a while. Let's snip here. So in my opinion there is possibly now the point where I say yes, I tried to get that fixed with Windows because I needed a challenge, because my Linux seems to be more or less safe. And so I think I say goodbye Windows. I'm a LAN, local area network doll. I did not even choose my name, they gave me the name as a kid. So this is the thing. So somehow I think it's by global unique identifiers, so you can buy the global unique ID. And that's also less funny things they do with me. Some sort of blessings. And that's our Swiss army, as stupid as minions. They do such things with me. That's not fun. And it's several things, several causes, same result. They also can do this with an active denial system that roasts the upper 0.4 millimeters of your skin. And that's me. I was not even 1 year old. I was born whistleblower, maybe, and that's maybe sensorical deprivation. And I wonder why I look here at this. It's not a plush animal, but somehow I look like an addict. So maybe some chemical substances. Have you heard Jacob Applebaum's talk about Rage Master? Also another funny thing from the Angry Neighbor family of tools. Maybe I should visit MRT, city it's called in English, I think. So, did it finish? It finished. Cannot be loaded. Also with another. So let's here say goodbye to Windows. You cannot fix that, I think.
Mind sciences, or the study of human behavior, is the newest of all the arts. It's less than 100 years old.
You're all going to die down here. I think she also means Windows. Just by the way, if you like biology, this talk begins with I'm a schizophrenic. He is a fucking genius.
The one that is most cloaked in secrecy.
It's a 6502.
No, I made a meme. I tried to find this one. Segmented short-term memory. And that's also a dirty move. They say he is suicidal. Let's put him into a mental institution and give him tons of intelligence reducing antipsychotics. I printed that and put it on my door because it's the truth. Unpleasant truths. And focused on this thing outside your head. It's not inside your, it's outside your head. It's a device outside your head. It has nothing to do with implants. That, by the way, exists since 1950. My apartment, from time to time, at least once a week. And they took my hacker space. It possibly gives points if you destroy hackerspaces. That's what I tried to find. Windows, it's dead. Jim! So let's finish this stream, this record.